Welcome to your Pilates Reformer workout. Today we'll do a full body workout. The ball will be optional. If you don't have one, don't worry, I'll cue you on what you can do without it. And if you're not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Place on one heavy and one light spring on my balanced body reformer. That's one red, one blue. Headrest will be up. Let's get started. So to begin, if you have a ball, you're going to place it kind of where your upper mid back will be when you lie down on the machine. If you don't have the ball, just lie down flat. You're going to come up to a curl with your head, neck, and chest. If you have the ball, this will be placed kind of right in between the tippy bottoms of your shoulder blades. We're going to bring the heels to the outer corners of the foot bar in a big wide stance. Hands will be behind your head. If you don't have the ball, your head will start down on the mat. We'll take a big breath in, exhale, push the carriage away. Keep your curl in the head, neck, and shoulders. Big breath in as you bend the knees. Bring it in. Keep your neutral spine. Tailbone heavy on the mat. Good, we'll take another few like this, pressing out and in, and of course adjust if you need to. If you need to move that ball around, take a moment to do that at any time. Good, extending out, bringing it in, and as you take this movement, if it starts to become a little bit doable, you can think about extending over the ball as you bring the carriage in. If you have the ball, and curling up. If you have no ball, you'll go from lying down to curling up at the head, neck, and chest. Let's take another 2. And 1. Good. Hold your curl. Tiny pulses up and down. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Big breath in, exhale, bring it out and in. Good. Bring the balls of your feet to the center of the foot bar. Heels will be lifted. We're going to find Pilates V, heels together, toes apart. Keep the heels high, press out, keep your curl, and bring it in. Press out and bring it in. Lots of core control here. Push out and in. And of course, if you're taking an extension over the ball, curl up as you press the legs out. Extend back as you bend the knees to bring it home. And of course, if you don't have the ball, that's lying the head down and curling up as you extend the legs. Let's take 3. Try to relax your neck as much as possible. And if this becomes too much on your neck, rest your head down at any time. And last one. Find your curl. Bend the knees, tiny pulses up and down. Keep your heels pressed together. You've got 6, 5, 4, last 3, 2, 1. Big breath in, exhale. Extend out, bend the knees, bring it in. Take a quick rest. Good. If you need to adjust where the ball is, just sit on up for a second, reposition it, lie back down. We're going to bring the balls of the feet to the foot bar once again. Heels will be lifted, parallel feet together this time. If you don't have a ball, head will be down on the headrest. If you do have a ball, place it right between your shoulder blades. We're going to press out with both legs straight and bring it back in. Heavy tailbone. Exhale, press out. Inhale, bring it in. If you need to roll around on the ball to adjust, take a sec to do it. Push out and in. Keep your neutral spine, ribs stay down. Good. Bring your right leg extended over the ball. You're going to extend the left leg, bring that leg to tabletop. Extend over the bar as you come in. Tabletop, reach under the bar. Tabletop, reach over the bar. Tabletop, reach under the bar. We're going to go for 2 more. Tabletop, extend over the bar. Tabletop, under the bar. Tabletop, over the bar. Tabletop, under the bar. Tabletop, we're going to extend forward over the bar to reset. Now we're going to curl to the right, twist to the right, bring your left elbow to your right knee, extend forward. Twist to the right, elbow to knee, and forward. If you're using your ball, as you bring it center and extend the right leg forward, you're welcome to take an extension back with your head, neck, and shoulders. Optional. If that's not working for you, keep it in your curl. Find your obliques. Let's take 3 more. As you twist to the right, think about showing your left armpit over to the right wall. Whew, getting a little wiggly myself. I think we've got one more. Good. Place your feet on the foot bar. Place your head down on the headrest or extend over the ball if you're using one. Good. Reset. Adjust the ball if you need to. We're going to bring the feet back together. Balls of the feet on the foot bar. You guessed it, we have the left side. So we'll start off with spine in neutral, right foot on the bar, left leg extended over the bar. We're going to start with 4. Tabletop, extend over the bar. Tabletop, and back. 2 more. Relax your neck. Good. Now we come tabletop, under the bar. Tabletop, over the bar. Tabletop, under. Tabletop, over. And of course, as you extend the leg forward, you're welcome to extend the head, neck, and chest over the ball. Or bring the head back down to the headrest if you don't have the ball. Good. Back to tabletop. Close the stopper, extend the left leg forward. Adjust if you need to. Now we move into our twists. So left leg is extended, heavy sacrum. We're going to bring the left leg to tabletop, right elbow to left knee. Extend the left leg forward as you come center. Show your left armpit to the left side now. Good. And once this starts to feel comfortable and steady, you can begin extending your head, neck, and chest over the ball, or bringing your head down to the headrest in between if you're not using the ball. Good. 2 more. Definitely feeling the obliques working. Good. Once you're there, curl up. Take the ball out from under your back if you are using it. Otherwise, just place your head down on the headrest. Bring your feet wide to the foot bar. We're going to rock the knees side to side. Take a nice windshield wiper of the knees. Feel your hip flexors release. Feel your low back release. Also take a second to look side to side. Release your neck. Good. Let's move on. So for this next one, we're going to go for bridges. We'll take off one of the heavy springs. We're on 2 heavy, 1 light. For me, that's 2 reds, 1 blue. If you're using a ball, take it in one hand. Headrest will be down. We're going to lie all the way down on the machine. Balls of the feet will be on the foot bar. We'll place the ball in between our ankles, right above our ankle bones. We're going to take bridges in a Pilates V position. So give yourself some space so you've got some room to work between your shoulders and the shoulder blocks. Balls of the feet on the foot bar, heels point towards each other, knees externally rotated about as wide as your shoulders. Let's take a big breath in. We're going to exhale, curl the pelvis under, roll the spine up. Try to find your bridge. This time we're in this external rotation, squeezing the ball. Deep breath in, exhale, roll down from your upper spine to your mid-back, all the way through your lower thoracic spine, down to your lumbar spine, all the way down to the bottom of your sacrum. So you really have to find this big scoop under in the pelvis to get your lower and low mid-back to come into contact with the mat on the way up and way down. The bonus is that gives you a lot of work through your core and your bridge, gives you a lot of work through your legs, and very importantly, it also really helps you with spinal articulation. You know what, we don't really talk about this enough, but Pilates really one of the main can't think of the word I want to use, but one of the main objectives in Pilates that Joseph Pilates talked a lot about in his books was how the mobility and stability of your spine really is a marker of health. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but essentially his whole ethos was, as long as you have a healthy, supple spine, you will be young, or like your body will feel young. So really zeroing in on that articulation. helps us achieve one of those main objectives of what Joseph Pilates originally intended, even though we're doing some crazy non-classical variations sometimes. Good, let's take our last one. After this one, we're gonna roll up one more time. Find your bridge, diagonal line from your knees to your hips to shoulders. Keep squeezing that ball. We're gonna pulse up and down for 8, 7, 6, it's pretty small. 5, make sure you're not dipping down further on one side than the other. Last 3, 2, and 1. Lift up. Keep hold of the ball. You're going to extend your legs long, bend your knees, bring it all the way in. Think about your knees rising up so your butt doesn't dip. Press out. Hips stay pretty high. Bend your knees, bring it all the way in. Press out. Bend your knees, bring it all the way in. If you're feeling really fancy, you could extend your arms up over your shoulders. Big reach up to the ceiling while still anchoring your shoulders, the back of your shoulders down into the mat. Good. Let's take 4. Lots of work on the hammies. And on the lower leg, 3. Last 2. And 1. All the way in. Now we're going to pulse the carriage back and forth. Tiny pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring the carriage almost all the way to a close. Flip your palms down. You're going to lift the hips up, hands come down. Lower the hips almost all the way down, arms come up. Hips press up, hands press down. Arms up, hips down without sinking your weight down into the mat, without resting in between. Want to just kiss the mat or hover above it. 4 more. Last 3. Getting more glutes, more inner thighs now, more hamstrings. 2. And 1. Good. Now let's roll down one bone at a time. That was a little shaky for me because that was pretty tiring. I don't know about you. Place the ball down by your side. Let's move on. Next, let's go for a side lying leg movement. You can take 1 light spring or 1 heavy spring. On my machine, that's 1 blue or 1 red. You don't need the ball for this one, but you can use it. If you do plan to use it, place it right where your waist will be, right around where your ribs will be. We're going to put our forearm down on the mat. If you're not using the ball, you're just going to lift your ribs up yourself. Take that left strap, pull it forward, place it onto the arch of the left foot. So we're going to move back a little bit on the mat. Whether or not you have that ball, you're going to lift your ribs up so we're lengthening through the top of the waist. Place the rope in between your knees. Pressure up through that supporting arm so we get the shoulder away from the ear. Lift the left leg to hip height. We're going to press out, bend the knee, bring it in, still keeping that rib cage lifted. Now, you don't need that ball. You can keep your ribs lifted on your own. Just make sure you're not sinking down into your shoulder or your ribs. Good. 4 more. And try to relax your neck, your face. Think about not letting your ear sink down or lean forward. You want your neck in a nice neutral position. Last 2, press out. Keep the foot flexed, toes in, knee pointed forward. Pulse up and down. We've got 8, 7, bottom rib lifts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to hip height. Flex foot, bring the leg all the way forward. Point the toe, bring it slightly behind your body. Flex the foot, bring it all the way forward. Point the toe, bring it slightly behind. We're only going to do 5 of this one. It's definitely more challenging when you lift this rib. Last 2. And last 1. Okay, you can also lift your arm up above your shoulder. That's hard, huh? Bend your leg, rest it down, roll out your neck. You can relax your rib down onto the ball or down onto the mat. Good. Last variation. Come back up to that press away from the arm, down on the headrest. Lift your top leg to hip height. Extend the leg long to your side. Point the toe. Small circles to the back. The carriage can move a little bit, but we're not going for really big motions here, so it's just going to be a little bit. Keep that lift in your bottom waist. 3 more in this direction. Relax your neck. 2 and 1. Reverse directions to keep your torso really stable. You can extend your arm up if you like. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knee, bring it home, pound out through the glute, and outer hip if you need to. When you're ready, take that strap off of the foot. We're going to close the stopper and move over to the other side. So coming on to your left side, once again, we're going to have the left forearm down on the headrest, left ribs either gently resting on top of that ball or lifted up so that they're up off the mat. Right strap on the right foot, legs in tabletop, push away so your left ear is coming away from your left shoulder. Top hand is down on the mat. We're going to lift that leg to hip height, lengthen through the top of the waist, press out, bend the knee, bring it in. Relax your neck. Make sure your ears aren't drifting forward, your chin isn't jutting forward. Ribs are down, neutral spine here. Good, 5 more. Use your core to stabilize here. You may naturally feel like you start to sink down into the mat or into the ball. Take care to actively lift. Last 3. If it helps your neck, you can look over your left shoulder. That feels good. 2 and 1. Extend to the side. Check your hips, make sure they're stacked. Knee and toes forward. Pulse up and down. 8, 7, 6. You can extend your arm up if you like. 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to hip height. Flex the foot. Bring the leg forward. Point the toe straight. Leg goes all the way back. Flex the foot. Leg comes forward. Point the toe. Bring it back. If you want to extend your arm up, feel free to do so. If you're happy where you are, don't push it too hard. In fact, you know what? I want to keep that down today. 3 more. Keep that bottom ribs, keep your left ribs lifted. Last one. Keep using your breath. Relax your upper body. Oh man, that's tough today. Lower your leg, pound out through your glute and outer thigh if you like. We've got leg circles to the back. We'll move on to that in just a sec. Good, extend through the top of the waist, lift your leg up. Leg goes to the side, pointed toe. Bottom ribs lift. We've got 8 to the back, 7, 6, arm up if you like, 5, 4, 3, 2, isolate in your glutes, reverse, I almost said release, I wish. This is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee, bring it in. Final pound out. Do what you gotta do. Good. If you've got the ball, remove it, place it down by your side wherever you can reach. Take the strap off of the arch of the foot. Bring the carriage all the way in. You're gonna rotate to your back. Once you're lying down on your back, you can place your headrest up if that feels best. Let's place the left strap onto the arch of the left foot. First of all, let's keep the right foot down on the foot bar for a sec. Anchor your tailbone down on the mat. Just feel a hamstring stretch. Ooh, pulling on that rope a little bit, but trying to keep the hip socket plugged down into the mat. So we're not tilting the pelvis up just for the sake of getting the leg way back here. We want to really think about bottom of the sacrum heavy, hip plugged in, heel right over hip. Give that a little bit of a flex. Good. Once you've had enough of that, push into the strap across the right ankle over the left knee. Bend that left knee. Let the spring pull the carriage, try to pull the carriage back in. Place a hand or your forearm onto the thigh on the right side. Give it a little pressure. Feel that oppositional stretch. Good. Extend the leg. Reach up, a little pressure in the left side, place your right foot down on the foot bar, take the left strap off, put it back where you found it, move to the other side, find the right strap, place it onto the arch of the right foot, keep your left foot anchored down on the foot bar while you're here. You You can even press that left heel under the foot bar if you like. Pull the rope in toward your chest. Also giving a little pressure into that left heel. Plug that right hip down into the mat so we're not pulling the heel over the chest or over the shoulders at this stage. Good. Put a little pressure into the strap across your right ankle, over your right thigh. Bend the knee. Put your left hand on your left thigh. Feel the bottom of your sacrum sinking really heavy into the mat, like your tailbone has a weight in it. Also keeping your ribs down. Uncross the left leg. Anchor yourself down on the foot bar with your left foot. Take the right strap off and let's move on. Let's place the right strap in the right hand, left strap in the left hand. Arms up over the shoulders, legs to tabletop. Give yourself some room between the shoulders and the shoulder blocks. Deep breath in. Let's exhale, press the palms down next to the hips. Keep your neutral spine. Inhale, lift the arms back up. Nice and easy to warm up. Using our breath. Exhale as we press through the straps. Inhale as we bring the arms up. Keeping the wrists really straight. So easier said than done sometimes. If you feel like you're flexing through the wrist as you go down, that is a sign that you need to think about lengthening through the top of the wrists a little bit more. A visual I like is to think about pressing through the middle fingers all the way forward. And do take care to roll your collarbone really wide. Good. Adjust if you need to. Let's take 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Good. Arms back up over the shoulders. Now we can start to build up onto that. Curl up with the head, neck, and chest as you press down. Lower it as you go up. Exhale as you press through the strap. Inhale as you go down. If flexion is not a great option for you, you can keep the head down. 4 more. Last 3. Final 2. And 1. Hold there. Good. Now we're going to extend one leg to 45 and switch. We inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Deepen your curl. You can take the leg as low as you like, as long as you can maintain a nice control through the abdomen, stable pelvis. Don't forget your breathing. Inhale, exhale. One more set. Rest. Tabletop, arms come up. Rest your feet down on the foot bar. Walk your feet to the outside corners. Let's windshield wiper the knees side to side. Move on in a sec. Hands back up over the shoulders. Once again, give yourself some room. Legs to tabletop. Deep breath in. Exhale. Curl up if you can. Hands press down. Whoops. I'll skip there. Knees in. Exhale. Shh. Inhale out. Knees exhale in. Shh. Inhale out. We go for 8. 7. 6. Last 5. 4. Keep reaching through the fingertips. 3. Last 2. Keep your belly button zipped up to your sternum. And 1. Good. Tabletop. Rest your feet down. Gather yourself. Rock your head side to side. Do what you gotta do. Good. 1 more. All right. Arms reach up over the shoulders. This time, we're going to bring the legs up to 90 degrees, Pilates V. Deep breath in. You're going to exhale. Press up, press forward. Head up if you can. If not, keep it down. Inhale, lower the legs. Shh. Exhale, bring them up. Inhale to lower. Shh. Exhale, bring them up. Let's go for 6. Shh. Only go as far as you can control without arching the back. 4 more. Last 3. Final 2. And 1. Very nice. Tabletop, place the feet down. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. I'm already sweating. How about you? Good, we'll move on in just a sec. Next up, let's focus a little bit more on arms and back. We'll give our core a little bit of a rest. So scoot away from the shoulder blocks a little bit. Nice neutral spine, arms up. Deep breath in. Sorry, I have to fidget. Exhale, press down. We're going to anchor the elbows into the ribs, hovering the elbows up off the mat. Bend and extend the elbows for a tricep extension. Now, if you'd like to, you can bring this up to your curl. You can extend one leg at a time, alternating sides. For a different kind of ab challenge, you can extend both, draw them in and out to tabletop, or you can leave them there. I'm gonna maybe take head down. I'll extend one leg at a time. We're gonna take another 12 here. And if you feel like your elbows are getting away from your rib cage, that's definitely going to cheat you out of some of this work. So really think about squeezing them into the sides of your body. Good. Halfway there. This is 6, 5, last 4, 3, final 2, and 1. Good. Feet on the foot bar, scoot away if you're up against the shoulder blocks. Arms up over your shoulders once again. Tabletop with the legs. We're going to bring the arms out to a T, press them into your sides. Bring the arms back up. Exhale, press the arms straight in. Inhale, lift. So sometimes I see people kind of riding up somewhere in space up here. We really want the arms directly out to the side to engage the back in the way that we are aiming to here. So all those muscles around your shoulder blades, your lats as well, down the sides of your back. We want to feel all of that coming on. Good. 4 more like this. Last 3. And if you're curling up, you're going to curl while you press into the straps. Keep the bottom of your sacrum heavy on the mat. Last 2. And 1. Good. Back out to the T. Now we circle the arms. Press into the sides, palms flip down, arms come up, back out to the T, arms all the way to the sides. Palms in toward the hips, flip the hands down, arms up, out to a T. 4 more. Getting the shoulders a little bit more involved. Last one. Now we change directions. Palms down, we press down to the mat, flip out to a T, out to the sides, back up. Press down, bring them out, up over the shoulders. Good. Halfway there, 3 more. If you're curling up, we curl up as the hands press down. Last one. Very nice. Take a rest. Feet down on the foot bar. Rock your knees side to side. Very good. Next up, chicken wing. Cross your straps. Grab the ropes above the hardware. Grab your ropes above the hardware, threading your hands through the loops like bracelets. Legs to tabletop. Elbows will be wide, hands up over your head. We're going to exhale. Pull the elbows in toward your sides. Extend the arms. Exhale, pull down. And up. I hear my daughter playing with her friend in the hallway. It's funny. Good. Let's pull the elbows in toward your sides. Shoulder blades are pulling inward and down, and they separate at the top. So feel the bottom tips of your shoulder blades coming to meet each other and coming away from each other. So your shoulder blades are actually gliding along your back as your elbows move down and together and away from each other. And just as we did in the T, make sure your elbows aren't coming up here. Make sure you're also not letting your shoulders drift up toward your ears. And your head should be down for this one. Good. Let's take 5 more. And don't be afraid to let your hands come pretty close together at the top. We want to get the sensation of drawing a big arc with the elbows. It's okay if the elbows bend a little bit more at the bottom. 3 more. Last 2. Last one. Good. All right, my back is a little tired. That's good. Take your hands out of the straps and uncross them. Reach your hands up over your shoulders. Once again, tabletop, a little bit for obliques. Now, if your neck is getting really tired, you can leave your head down for this one. Otherwise, we are going to lift it up as the arms start moving. We've got space between the knees and the ankles. We're going to curl up on a diagonal, framing your right leg first. Arms are straight. Inhale, lower the head down. Big breath in, shoulders back. Curl up to the left, framing the left leg. Good. 6 more. And down. Really finding that exhale. Again, if you feel like the neck is just zonked or if the flexion is no good, keep your head down and really focus on maintaining long, straight arms. If you can curl up, keep that nice roll up to get as much work as you can. 2 more sets. And switch. Last set. Good. And rest. Whew. Okay, this is a lot more core than I was even planning for it to be, but we're getting a lot of it in. That's good. Take a breather. Big breath in. Exhale, release. One more time, big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Good. Coordination, arms straight up. We're going to prepare before we get into our repeated segment. So arms are up over the shoulders, legs to tabletop. Give yourself room. Deep breath in. We're going to exhale, curl up, find 45 or lower. This is our starting point. Open the toes, close the toes. Knees only in, bend the elbows. Both arms and legs extend. Toes open, close. Knees bend first, then elbows. Head stays up if you can. Press out. Toes open, close. Knees bend in, then elbows bend in. 4 more. Toes open, close. Knees in, elbows. Press out, open, close. Knees bend, elbows bend. 2 more. Open, close. Knees in, elbows bend. Press out, open, close. Knees in, elbows in. I think that was everything. If not, you got a little respite. Good. Place your feet down. Just think about relaxing your hip flexors, releasing your low back here. Really don't be afraid to let your top hip come away. Good. Arms up over your shoulders, legs to tabletop. Bring your fingers together so that your thumbs are anchored and your index fingers are anchored in kind of a triangle position. We're going to keep that shape. Extend your legs up to the ceiling. We're going to go for a nutcracker, which I haven't done in quite some time. We're going to let the legs come out to the side, curl up, press that shape in between the legs. Inhale, bring the legs back up to 90. Feet are in Pilates V. I'm going to give myself a little more room. Feel free to do what you got to do. Deep breath in. Exhale, press forward. Legs go out. Arms stay straight. And up. And up. Try to take your exhale just before you start pushing through those straps. And curl your chin forward enough so that you're not just gripping with the front of your neck the whole time. 2 more. Last one. Very nice. Rest your feet down on the foot bar. Arms up over the shoulders to prepare. Legs to tabletop. Good. We're going to press the palms down, legs forward, flip to Pilates V, hands flip in to face your hips. We're going to inhale, wide straddle, arms come out to the side. Exhale, palms come toward your hips, heels together. Inhale, lower the head down, arms and legs and arms wide. Squeeze everything forward. Butterfly. Good. Really use your breath. 5 more. 4. Last 3. Take this as wide as you like, or as narrow as you like. 2. Last 1. Good. Bend the elbows, bend the knees. Rest. I'm going to feel that one tomorrow. Knees go side to side. When you're ready, we'll finish up with some feet and straps. So push away from the foot bar. We'll make this full body by giving our lower body a little bit of work. Good. Let's reach the legs up over the hips. We're going to flex the feet, legs in parallel, bend them to tabletop. So knees right over hips. Heels are going to push through the straps, extend the legs long. Bend the knees, bring it in. You can let your knees go past your hips as long as the bottom of your sacrum is well anchored on the mat. We're not rolling the hips up. So we're still getting a big crease in the hips, even though those knees are coming further toward the chest. Think about that sense of driving the heels forward, just as you would when you're doing a lunge or squats. It's going to help fire on the back of the leg and the glutes. Good, and giving a lot of control to this really also kicks on the lower abdominals. Good. Last 3. Final 2. And 1. Good. Now let's switch to Pilates V. Feet are still flexed. Frog, we bend, let's bend the knees. Try to keep the heels together and press out. Bend the knees and press out. Here I'm going to be a little hesitant to bring my knees way past the hips just because it's going to get a little harder to keep that heavy sacrum in this position, at least for me. We bend and press out. You can take this as low as you like, as long as you've got that core stable and you're not arching through the back. We've got ribs heavy. I use this cue a lot this week, but think about like a really big cat. It's just sitting on your rib cage, letting it sink heavy down to the mat. Good. Press out. Exhale. 2 more. Last one. Good. Point through the feet. We're going to beat the heels together for 10, 9, 8, still in turnout, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bend the knees. Bring it in. Rest for 1 second. Press back out. Still in Pilates V. We're going to flex the feet. Wide straddle. Point the toes. Bring the legs together. Now we're targeting inner thighs. Inhale. Widen the legs. Exhale, point the toes. Now this doesn't have to be really wide. It can just be a little wider than your machine. If you've got the range and you'd like to go much wider without causing yourself pain, you're welcome to do that, but just take care that you're not overextending here. I'm going to go for 3. This is 2. And 1. Good. Legs up to 90. Whew. Take a rest for a sec. Whew. Feet come back to parallel and knees facing your nose. We're going to lower and lift. Good. We'll take 5. Last 4. Final 3. 2. And 1. Now we take our classic leg circles, finishing off this part nice and easy. We're going to open at the top, draw the legs down, around together, squeeze the legs together before you move up. So it's like we're finding that position of legs together before we allow the legs to come up. 3 more like this. Last 2. And 1. You guessed it. Now we reverse. Good. 4 more. Find your flow here. Final 2. Keep your bottom of your sacrum heavy. And 1. Good. Now reach back, place your headrest to the downward position, give yourself some space between the shoulders and the shoulder blocks. We're going to lower the legs down to 45 degrees or your low point. Bring the feet back, hinge at the hips, peel your spine up off the mat, let your feet come back behind your head. Short spine. Bend your knees in toward your chest. Keep your heels tight to the hamstrings as you roll down. Press the legs long. Let's repeat. Legs come up, folded the hips and the toes back. Rather than up to the ceiling, we're going over the head. Bend the knees in, roll down with control. If this one is more comfortable in a turnout position, especially as you get up, you're welcome to do that. That would be feet parallel, lift up, heels together, knees apart, and roll down in this external rotation. That's completely fine as well. Take 3 more at your own pace, whichever variations speak to you. Good. Last 2. Hopefully this feels like a nice spine massage. And last one, really roll down so every bone in your spine hits the mat. When you take your time, this becomes a lot harder. Good. Finish up in a butterfly stretch. You can put your headrest up if that's more comfortable. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. You can let your feet come down to the mat or into the well. Good. Take your right leg out to the side, Peter Pan stretch. Flex the foot, pull the rope in toward your side. Other side, right leg comes in, left leg out. Pull that rope in toward your rib if that feels like a good option to you. Both feet up, over the shoulders, heels right over hips. Flex the feet, pull the ropes down to your chest without pulling the feet way back. Feel that nice big hamstring stretch. Collarbone is wide. Let your legs come out to the side. We did quite a bit of inner thigh work as well. So let's let the inner thighs and the pelvic floor relax and release a little bit. Hold on to the ropes for support so they can fully let go here. Good. And bring the legs in towards center. I kind of want to do one more while we're here for low abs. Bring your headrest down. Let's actually take the straps off the feet. Come up. We're going to take off the light spring. So we have only one heavy spring. Straps come back onto the feet. I'm sorry to fake you out on the you're done, but I really want to do this one while we're here. Let's find a diamond position. So toes and heels are together, feet are pointed somewhat, knees are bent and wide. We're going to lower the feet down, keeping the knees bent, lift them back up. First, we're going to crease at the hip. Lower the feet down, raise the feet back up. Think about the back of your neck being really long. Knees can start to come in toward your chest. Toes go down, knees come back. Good. Let's take another 3. All core here. Well, some back of the leg too and glutes, but really wanting to zero in on the core as this moves. I feel this kind of in the middle of my core and my upper abs here. Now let's start to think about what happens if we peel the hips up off the mat as we bring that shape up. Now, I don't know about you, but I start to recruit some lower abdominals. So I'm not hinging at the hip so much as I'm curling the pelvis under. This doesn't have to be giant. It's still an articulation through the spine, like we did in short spine, but the way we're loading the straps, it's giving us a little bit more of those deep abs or deep core. So hopefully you feel that in that space or kind of right below your belly button. And of course, thinking about zipping the belly button up toward your sternum should help with engaging everything up so you're not pushing out. Let's take 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Good. All right, let's take one last butterfly stretch for good measure. Feet down into the well. Really let your collarbone and your open, your shoulders back and relaxed away from your ears. See if you're holding any tension in the space between your eyebrows. Just take a look right, a look left. We'll go for feet up once more. Feet flexed, heels right over your hips, feet wide, big straddle. I hit a spring. I don't know if you can hear it. It's like boom, 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 boom. Take your big breath. Exhale, let it go. Pull the ropes in toward your sides. If you like, bring it into center. All right, lovelies, 2 heavy springs loaded on. Lie down. We're gonna pull those straps forward, and we're gonna start off with the loops over the thighs. Now, if you have long loops in addition to short loops, you're welcome to use those, especially if it's more comfortable for your thighs. We're gonna start off in tabletop. So we're gonna get knees right over hips, shins parallel to the ceiling. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale. We're gonna tap the toes down, still keeping that knee bend. Exhale, use your deep core to control the knees, bring them in toward your chest. Let's inhale this time to lower. Exhale, bring the knees all the way in. So you'll notice I had a different breath pattern the first time than the second time. I encourage you for slow controlled movements like this, just kind of play around with it. Typically what I advise is breathing out on the hardest part of the exercise, but that may be different for you. The intention there is we want to get automatic abdominal activation when you need it most, and also some support for managing the pressure in the core so you're not creating problems. Good, I'm going to take this for another 4, and then we'll build on some variations. So you'll notice your back flattens out as the knees come in. That's fine, perfectly fine for this exercise. And we're keeping the legs zipped together. Last one. Good, let's start taking knee circles. We're gonna press down just as we did. Keep the feet together, open the knees wide, bring that shape up, close the knees. Press the legs down, open the knees, bring the shape up and close. 4 more. This is 3. Last 2. And 1. Good, at the top we reverse. Knees open, press down, knees close, and lift. Knees open, press, knees close, and lift. 4 more. Close and lift. 3. Keeping your abdominals activated. Last 1. Good. Now let's take that same sensation of a circle, but we're going to open the knees and the feet. So we open knees and feet wide, lower down, bring them all the way together, and lift. Knees open, lower down, or everything opens. Knees and toes open, lower down, all the way together, lift, open, down, together, and lift. Today, I'm keeping a pretty imprinted spine. You're welcome to keep this in neutral with a natural curve under your low back, or keep the back flat, whatever you prefer. Let's reverse. Lower down, open everything. Bring it up and close. Now see if you can keep that same sensation, but smooth it out this time. Lower down, open, all the way up and close. If it helps you to keep it a little choppy, you're welcome to do that too. 2 more. Last one. Good, legs all the way up to the ceiling, Pilates V. Lower and lift. We're gonna inhale, lower the legs down. Exhale, bring them right back up. So this is less meant to be a leg exercise, more meant to be a core exercise. So see if you can feel the hip bones pulling toward the ribs, and the ribs pulling down toward the hip bones. If you'd like a little bit more work in the upper abs, you're welcome to lift up your head, neck, and chest, and reach your arms forward. Let's take 4 more. Last 3. Final 2. And 1. Good. Bring it down, bend the knees, and relax. Legs up to the ceiling. Parallel, we're going to take leg circles anchored at the thigh. So you'll notice with this one, you have a little less support than when the feet are in the straps. So you may want to adjust your range of motion on the circles accordingly. We want this to be mostly focused on your core muscles, okay? This is 4. Let's take 2 more in this direction. And if you're having a hard time controlling it, take take it slow and steady. This can all be at your own pace. Let's reverse. Down, open, draw around, squeeze together at the top. 4 more. Good, making sure you're still breathing even while you've got this really nice control over the abs. Last one. Good. Legs stay in the straps, lower down to 45 degrees, flexed feet, heels together, toes apart. Let's bend the knees, draw the heels in toward the pelvis, exhale, extend for our frog. Bend the knees, exhale, extend. So we may feel inner thighs in a slightly different way. We still want to focus on that core connection. Nice. Let's take 3 more. Last 2. And 1. Just add a little flavor. Let's extend, point the toes, curl up with the head, neck, and chest if you can. Beat the heels together. 8, 7, 6. Just opening and closing the heels while you're in your curl, ideally. 2, and lower down. Good. Take a rest for 1 second. Let's repeat that. Shake out any tension in your legs or your hips or your back. Good. Legs in Pilates V, point the feet, lower down, curl up, hold the curl, beat the heels together. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, together, and rest. Beautiful job. Let's take the straps off of the legs when you are ready, and we will sit up and turn around. For the next sequence, I've changed us to 1 heavy spring. Straps will go in your hands. Let's sit on the reformer facing the posts. I'll have my feet on the headrest. Let's hold on to the straps. Good. Scoot your bottom pretty far forward so we're sitting up as tall as we can. We don't want to be arching in the back. We want the ribs to be pretty heavy down. Now, once we feel like we're even, and yes, I'm going to fidget for half an hour, let's take a big breath in. Exhale, start to roll down till you're in this nice big scoop. Once you're there, big breath in. Exhale, curl up 1 bone at a time. Now, if you feel like you need a little bit more oomph on that spring, you can thread your hands through the loops, hold on to the ropes above the hardware for this one, whatever you like. Deep breath in. Exhale, roll down 1 bone at a time. Shoulders roll wide. And big breath in. Exhale, roll up. Good. So pick whichever choice with the straps or the ropes. Big inhale. And exhale, roll up. Let's just take a couple more like that. Exhale, rolling down. Collarbone is staying wide. And roll down. Now we will march. Keeping that collarbone wide, 1 knee comes up, other knee comes up, lower it down. So we're trying to get into that really big scoop shape. Last set like this. Good. Next time your right leg comes up, let's extend the leg long. Exhale, bring it in. Right leg goes long. Exhale, bring it in. Shoulders stay down. Last one on this side and lower. Left leg up, extend. Up and extend. Belly button is pulling back. Last one and in. Good. Now, let's see if we can bring both legs up to tabletop. Let's extend 1 leg out. Exhale, bring it in. Other leg goes out. Exhale, bring it in. If you feel like you are getting pulled up a little bit, deepen your curl here. Alternating sides. 1 more each side. I'm feeling the shake. Good. Hold that tabletop. Now see if you can pull the arms wide and bring them back in. This is 3 and back. 2 and back. Last one and back. Good. Bring 1 foot down at a time. Ooh, sit up, shake it out. We're going to add on to that in a moment. Let's just take a breather in the meantime. All right, still holding those straps. Bringing our bodies forward again, rolling down to that big scoop. Legs come back up to that tabletop. We're going to bring the arms out on a diagonal. Back to center. Other side. back to center. So one arm goes up, other arm goes out and down. I don't know about you, but I feel my serratus really kicking on, which is kind of cool. Belly button is drawing in and up. And this is very challenging for me. Good. Let's roll up, see if we can extend the legs, find our teaser, bend the knees a little bit. Good. Now find that curl again. We're gonna draw the elbows, or draw the hands in, bicep curls. And if you'd like to extend one or both legs in this position, if you're able to, coming up to a full teaser, you're welcome. That is not the vibe for me. Good. Let's take it for 4. I don't know about you, but I really feel this in my core. Last 2. And 1. Good. Bringing your legs up. Sit up as tall as you can. Extend your legs high in your teaser. Bend your knees, lower it down. Very nice. Whew. Said I was in a bad mood today. I'm taking it out on all of us, apparently. All right, for this next one, we're gonna stand up. We'll stay on that one heavy spring. I'm standing to either side of my reformer. My feet are just around, my heels are just around where the shoulder blocks are. Somewhere in this zone is good, doesn't need to be exact. Holding onto my straps, start by standing up really tall. And I'm gonna begin just squatting down and pressing up. So yes, I'm in this really wide stance. If it's more comfortable for you to take a sumo squat with the feet turned out, that's fine. Good. So we're just squatting to start, keeping your spine long and sending the tail as low to the ground as you feel comfortable today. So as we squat, we're taking care not to round the spine under. We're thinking really long spine. So nothing is curving under in this zone where my hand is. And we're almost sticking the butt out a little bit at the end without arching the back. And your range does not have to be big. It might be bigger than mine, might be smaller than mine. Just squat where you can. Next time you squat down, make sure it's somewhere where you can maintain. Extend your arms forward. I want to be an arm distance away before I start pulling tension on those straps. Hold that squat. Pull the arms, bring the elbows back, hold 3, 2, 1. Extend the arms, hold your squat. Pull back, hold. Bottom tips of your shoulder blades squeeze together. We're holding and extend. Good, drop your body down a little bit. Lower, hold, 3, 2, 1. I'm losing my words. Good, 2 more like this. Pull the carriage, hold, 3, 2, 1. Extend long. Pull the carriage, hold. We're gonna keep it there. Now pulse your elbows back and together. Back, back, back. Now the secret of this not going into your neck is draw the bottom tips of the shoulder blades down and together. Last one, extend the arms. Whew. Let's keep it going. All right, for the next one, we're gonna load on 1 heavy spring and 1 light spring. That's a red and a blue for me on this balanced body machine. We're gonna come to standing on the floor on the right side of the machine. We're gonna prep for scooter. Now this is scooter the exercise, not scooter the stretch. So I'm gonna start with my right foot somewhere near the front-ish of the reformer bed. My left foot is gonna be up against the shoulder block, excuse me. I'm gonna push out, bend the front leg, and I'm going to bend the back knee, bring it back, and push away. I've got pressure in my hands to help make sure I'm not just completely floating in space. But the focus here is on that left hamstring and the glutes on the left side. So really try to focus the work on pressing the heel into that shoulder block behind you. Good. Let's do 4 more. Last 3. Final 2. And 1. Oh, get a lot of quad in that one too. All right, so let's reach down. We'll switch to a red spring. Hop the foot forward. Place the knee down. Press back into your scooter stretch. Same basic setup, but now the knee is down. Feel that little hip flexor stretch. Good, bring the carriage all the way in. Still on the heavy spring. I'm gonna step my right foot back a little bit more now. Left knee starts down. I'm gonna push the carriage back, lift the knee up. I'm gonna hop up, push up out of the floor. So it's a push off of that right foot. Piking the hips up and a little jump. Good. Now next time we do that, we can bring the knee into the chest, press back out to the lunge. So really emphasize the jump off of the floor. Curling a little, finding a little tuck. 2 more. Last one. Good, now if we like, you can send the leg back. Oh, that's really tough. It's definitely a little easier on a reformer with legs. I'm just gonna do 4 of those, good. Just find that scooter stretch again. Knee goes down, you can press out into your split if you like. When you're ready, bring the carriage in. Put on your light spring again. We'll do the whole thing on the other side. Okay, I'm a little out of breath. All right, left foot comes to the front-ish, center-ish of the carriage. Right foot goes to the shoulder block behind you. We're gonna start by pressing out. I need to readjust my foot. We're gonna start by pressing out. Hips are square, arms are forward, palms pressed into the foot bar. Front leg is bent. We bend and extend that back leg. Good, so I'm really focused on pressing into the heel. Sorry about the siren. If you feel like you need to hop your foot back on that standing leg, feel free to do that at any time. Ideally, when we stop, we're gonna have the knees roughly together. Let's take 4 more. And try not to round your spine here, keeping a long spine like you're a jockey on a horse. 2. And 1. Good. Hop your foot all the way forward in front of your machine. Place your knee down. You can switch to one heavy spring. Press back into your lunge stretch and your scooter stretch. Hips are both pointed forward. Good. Lift your chest if you like. And when you're ready, close the stopper. We'll move into our flying lunge sequence, and then we'll be almost done. So your left foot takes a step back. We'll lift the back knee. Toes are curled under on that right leg. We're gonna straighten the right leg out behind us. Really big bend in that front leg. We press off of the floor, jump off on, leading to a straight leg extending down toward the floor. So you need lots of pressure in your palms. And let your hips pike up as you find that hop. Last one like this. Good. Now we can take a little bend of the knee into the chest. Still emphasizing that hop off of the floor. So think big press into those toes on the left foot. And abs are curling in and up. Good, now let's send that leg straight back. Taking a big sweep. This is where it gets hard. Big sweep back. And so on this reformer, without the legs, I'm having to take my leg on a little bit of a diagonal. But if you have the lift off the floor, take it straight back. Good. Stop in your scooter stretch and press forward into your front split. I don't know about you, but I'm sweating. Draw the carriage in, and you are all done. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If it kicked your butt, please tell me what your favorite part was in the comments below. And of course, if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe and join my membership where I have more fun variations like this and even more exclusive workouts, weekly workout plans, and so much more. Thank you so much to my members for making content like this possible, and super duper extra special thanks to the folks who've been with me for 6 months or more, with gold stars to my year plus crew. Thank you. I will see you next time. I'm gonna go catch my breath.